Did you know that just by changing the type of nuts you eat, you could significantly reduce your risk of heart problems, inflammation, or even memory loss, especially if you're over 65? It's true. A large-scale study published in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology found that regularly consuming the wrong kind of nuts could raise your risk of heart disease by as much as 48%. That's nearly half. And yet millions of seniors eat these harmful varieties daily, thinking they're making a smart, healthy choice. It's not your fault. For years, nuts have been marketed as a heart-healthy snack. But what most seniors don't realize is that not all nuts are created equal. Some are true protectors, helping to keep your bones strong, your brain sharp, and your blood sugar stable. But others? They can quietly sabotage your health behind the scenes, worsening blood pressure, damaging liver and kidney function, and even interfering with prescription medications. And yes, there's one popular nut that has been linked to a toxic compound capable of damaging your nervous system over time. We'll talk about that one last. So, if you're 65 or older, this video is going to be your guide. Not only will I show you the 5 most beneficial nuts to keep in your pantry, I'll also walk you through 3 that you should avoid entirely. These aren't just random recommendations. They're backed by nutritional science and tailored specifically for the needs of older adults. Let's begin with the 5 nuts your body will thank you for. Let's start with almonds. These are more than just a crunchy snack. They're one of nature's most powerful bone-strengthening tools. As we age, our bones naturally lose density, making fractures far more dangerous than they were in our younger years. Just 1/4 cup of almonds provides nearly 100 milligrams of calcium, and even more importantly, they deliver magnesium, the mineral that helps move that calcium into your bones rather than letting it harden your arteries. But there's more. Almonds are rich in vitamin E, a fat-soluble antioxidant that not only supports skin and eye health, but also protects your brain from oxidative stress. And when combined with the flavonoids in the almond skin, vitamin E becomes even more potent. So if you're buying almonds, look for the ones with their skin still on. The natural combo of fiber, about 3.5 grams per serving, and healthy fats helps ease constipation, a common issue in seniors, and supports overall digestive regularity. Just be careful with portion size and texture. About 15 to 20 raw or dry roasted almonds per day is perfect, and if swallowing is difficult, consider chopping or soaking them slightly before eating. Next up is the nut that looks like a brain, and just so happens to be one of the best foods for your brain: walnuts. They're the richest nut source of alpha-linolenic acid, a plant-based omega-3 fatty acid that helps keep your brain cell membranes intact and boosts communication between neurons. This is critical for memory retention and cognitive flexibility as we age. 1.5 ounces of walnuts daily, that's just about 7 to 9 halves, has been shown to improve processing speed and reduce brain inflammation in older adults. Walnuts also contain melatonin, which many seniors struggle to produce naturally. If you've been waking up during the night or struggling to fall asleep, a small handful of walnuts in the evening may support your natural sleep-wake cycle. But the benefits don't stop there. Walnuts also contain arginine, which improves blood flow, and a variety of polyphenols that can help ease the pressure on your arteries and reduce oxidative stress. Keep them refrigerated to prevent spoilage of their delicate oils. And if you're up for it, crack them yourself to keep your hand coordination and finger strength sharp. The third nut seniors should welcome into their daily routine is the pistachio. What makes pistachios especially powerful is their ability to help control blood pressure. They're high in potassium, about 285 milligrams per ounce, and naturally low in sodium. That's an ideal combination for supporting kidney function and easing the burden on aging cardiovascular systems. In fact, the drop in systolic blood pressure from daily pistachio intake can be as much as 3 to 5 points, rivaling some medications without the side effects. Pistachios also contain lutein and zeaxanthin, 2 carotenoids that directly protect your eyes from age-related macular degeneration, the leading cause of vision loss after 60. And for those who find it hard to pace their eating, Pistachios are a wonderful solution. The act of shelling them slows you down naturally, helping prevent overeating and encouraging mindfulness while snacking. If you have arthritis in your hands, look for pistachios that are partially opened. They still offer the same benefits. Aim for about 49 per day, ideally unsalted or lightly salted, to support blood sugar stability, digestion, and visual health. Now let's talk about Brazil nuts. These are incredibly potent, so much so that 1 or 2 a day is more than enough. Brazil nuts are the single richest food source of selenium, a critical mineral for thyroid function. Just one nut contains more than 130% of your daily requirement. And for seniors, that matters. Many thyroid issues go undiagnosed because their symptoms, like fatigue, memory problems, or weight gain, are mistaken for normal aging. But selenium's role goes beyond thyroid support. It helps protect the protective coating around nerve cells called myelin, which often deteriorates with age. That means better reflexes, steadier coordination, and sharper thinking. Brazil nuts also contain healthy fats and fiber that support digestive regularity, and their unique antioxidants may slow cellular aging by protecting your chromosomes' telomeres. Just be careful not to overeat them. Their high fat content means they spoil quickly, so store them in the fridge, preferably still in their shell to preserve freshness. Let's close the list of recommended nuts with an unexpected entry. Hazelnuts. Often overlooked, hazelnuts are packed with folate, which supports mood and cognition. They're also high in monounsaturated fats and magnesium, 2 nutrients vital for heart rhythm and muscle function. While they don't get as much attention as almonds or walnuts, studies have linked hazelnut consumption with improved vascular health, better cholesterol profiles, and even reduced risk of frailty. One small handful, about 20 hazelnuts, is plenty to get the benefits. And their rich, slightly sweet flavor makes them an enjoyable way to support aging muscles and nerves. So far, we've talked about the 5 nuts you should be eating more of after 65. But what about the ones you need to avoid? Let's start with peanuts. Even though they're often lumped in with tree nuts, peanuts are technically legumes, and that makes them prone to mold contamination. Mold can produce aflatoxins, dangerous compounds that are particularly hard for older livers and kidneys to process. And unfortunately, many seniors have no idea they're consuming these toxins in their favorite snack. Peanuts are also rich in omega-6 fatty acids, which throw off the body's natural inflammatory balance, something that's already harder to regulate with age. Too much omega-6 and too little omega-3 can worsen joint pain, inflammation, and even memory problems. There's also the issue of blood thinner interactions. Peanuts are high in vitamin K, which can interfere with medications like warfarin. Yet, many doctors never mention this. Store-bought peanut butter is even worse. It often contains hydrogenated oils, added salt, and sugar, all of which strain the cardiovascular system and spike blood pressure. Even natural versions often have added sodium that can quietly nudge blood pressure upward. Peanuts also go rancid easily and produce acrylamide during roasting, a compound linked to cognitive decline. If you've been eating peanuts regularly, now is the time to begin switching to safer alternatives like almonds or pistachios. Next up, cashews. At first glance, they seem like a smart snack, smooth, creamy, and satisfying. But cashews come with some serious drawbacks, especially for seniors managing blood sugar or kidney health. They're high in carbohydrates, about 9 grams per ounce, and they lack the fiber to balance that out. That means they can spike blood sugar much more quickly than almonds or walnuts. For the 25% of seniors with diabetes, and nearly half who are pre-diabetic, that's a big issue. Cashews also contain oxalates, compounds that bind to calcium and prevent its absorption. This is especially concerning for seniors trying to maintain bone strength or prevent kidney stones. Their shape also presents a choking hazard, particularly for those with dental issues or swallowing difficulties. To make matters worse, cashews must be heavily processed to remove urushiol, a toxin also found in poison ivy. During that process, many of their nutrients are lost. Commercial cashews are often oil-roasted, heavily salted, and stripped of their natural benefits. And if that wasn't enough, they contain enzyme inhibitors that make protein harder to digest. Yet another problem for seniors who already struggle with protein absorption. If you're used to snacking on cashews, switching to walnuts or Brazil nuts is a smarter, safer choice. Now let's address one of the most misleading nuts, macadamias. Their rich, buttery taste makes them feel like a luxury. But that luxury comes at a steep cost. Macadamias are the most calorie-dense nut you can buy, about 200 calories per ounce, and contain more saturated fat than nearly any other nut. That can quietly raise LDL cholesterol, especially if you're already dealing with heart concerns. They also have a dense, hard texture that puts pressure on aging teeth, crowns, and dental bridges. If you've ever struggled with biting into something hard and feeling it echo through your jaw, macadamias might be the culprit. And their high-fat content isn't just a weight concern, it also burdens the gallbladder. For the 15% of seniors with silent gallstones, eating too many macadamias can trigger painful flare-ups. Macadamias are also expensive, and that often pushes people to buy cheaper, lower-quality versions that may be rancid or improperly stored. Rancid fats produce free radicals that speed up cellular aging and inflammation, exactly what you want to avoid as you get older. In short, while they may taste good, macadamias bring too many hidden risks for older adults to be worth keeping around. So we come to the nut you may not have expected, pine nuts. These tiny seeds from pine trees may seem harmless, especially when they're blended into pesto or tossed into salads. But for seniors, they can be surprisingly dangerous. First, they've been linked to what's called pine mouth syndrome, a metallic taste that can linger for weeks and reduce your appetite, a serious problem for older adults who already struggle to maintain their weight or nutrient intake. More importantly, pine nuts contain compounds that interact with over 60% of commonly prescribed medications. This includes blood pressure drugs, antidepressants, and statins. And because these interactions aren't widely known, most doctors and pharmacists don't even mention them. That means seniors might be eating something that quietly undermines their prescriptions without ever realizing it. Pine nuts are also high in polyunsaturated fats that oxidize quickly, leading to inflammation in the body. They're small, slippery, and easy to aspirate, especially for seniors who take medications that cause dry mouth or have swallowing challenges. Their enzyme inhibitors also interfere with protein digestion, which again becomes more important with age. There's even emerging evidence that certain pine nut compounds may accelerate macular degeneration, the leading cause of vision loss in older adults. So, while they might seem like a gourmet ingredient, pine nuts are better off left out of your diet after 65. So there you have it. 5 nuts that can support your body, brain, bones, and heart, and 3 that may be doing the opposite. Small changes in your daily diet, especially with something as simple as the nuts you snack on, can have profound effects over time. And now that you know which ones to embrace and which to avoid, you have the power to make smarter choices every day. If you've noticed any changes in your energy, memory, or digestion after switching up your nut intake, we'd love to hear your story. Share it in the comments and let's learn from each other. And if you found this video helpful, give it a like and subscribe for more senior-friendly health tips that keep you informed, empowered, and energized. See you in the next video, and take care of yourself one smart bite at a time.